Hey, what's up? So, Supercells. Supercells, if I was to give this show out of 5, I would give this a 3 out of 5. It's an entertaining show, but it's also a blend of very many other concepts. There's gangsters, there's British gangsters, you know them. The kids, the teenagers, British gangsters. Then you have the superhero element with the powers, which reminds me of X-Men. Then there is the drama and the relationship, which reminds you of any other teenage show or drama show that focuses on family and young people trying to survive relationships. Something it's a combination of so many things. In fact, to summarize this show, it would be the combination of the Misfits. If you remember the Misfits from, was it 2011 or 2010? Then X-Men, Avengers, and then the clowned Tyrone. All this, the X-Men, the Misfits, the Avengers are all in the cloned Tyrone world, kind of world. The concept of the cloned Tyrone, whereby you have a city and stuff is happening, and then you have a secret organization that's running everything. That's what we have in this. And so I thought to myself, unlike X-Men, unlike the Avengers, unlike the Misfits, this focuses more on the drama and the relationship and what these individuals are actually going through, rather than focusing on the powers. The powers is that thing that they add on to make some scenes interesting, to elevate the entertainment factor, because there's a lot of drama and there's a lot of tension in terms of what these people are going through, because we have the main character is called Michael. He just got engaged to the girlfriend, so they have their own thing going, especially after he discovers that he has power. You have this speedster who is a weed seller in London. Then you have this other guy called Taze, who's running his own gang in London, and they have their own gang wars, a lot of gang wars. Then you have this guy called Craze, who's also fighting with Taze. Then you have this lady, I forgot her name. She has a sister, and the sister depends on her a lot, so they have also that drama. She also discovers that she has powers. Then you also have this other Andre. Andre is like a strong dude, and so you also follow his world, follow the challenges that he has, because he has a son and he's trying to avoid. He went through something in the past, and so he doesn't want the son to go through the same thing during this particular period. So he's very protective of the son. He discovers he has powers, and that also complicates his life. And then now you have that thing that is trying to separate these people and get these people. You have that secret organization and what they're trying to do, because there's something that they're trying to do with I don't want to spoil it for people, but think of Supacell and an organization that it's not well explained. You don't know what they're trying to do, but they're trying to do something with Supacell. And it so happens that people who had relatives with Supacell are the one who find themselves with these abilities. And so you find that they are doing something to them. I don't want to spoil it for people. Now I hope that is clear, because this show, don't go there thinking of X-Men, because it focuses a lot on the drama, on the people, the individuals, less of their powers, more of what the challenges they are actually going through. And now, when the powers come in, does it become an advantage in terms of taste, for example, or does it become a disadvantage when you look at characters like Michael? Because Michael has a very interesting arc, which was actually the anchor of the story from the power side, because he has to stop something from happening to someone. And so that leads him to try to do all these other things. In fact, this show should have been called Supercells, The Hunt for the Butterfly Effect. I think that should be the title, should have been the title of the show. But generally, it's a very, very entertaining show. The last episode 6 for me was my favorite, because it had now a lot of the superhero elements, because that's where now you get that epic battle between all of them, and an interesting use of their power, because you need to remember, they've not mastered their powers yet. So they're trying to figure out what's happening to them. They're trying to figure out how they use their powers. So they don't have that epic, uniform use of their power. They're clumsy, they're awkward, they're just everywhere. They're just trying to survive. Let me put it that way. So yeah, that I liked about the show. Now, some things that I actually didn't like, some things that I had a challenge with was, number one, the birds. Number one, I've seen better. Yes, the performances are good, the story concept is good, but it feels like a clone of the cloned Tyrone. It also feels like a version of the Misfits. It also feels like an X-Men story, but they decide to focus on the story. They didn't actually present unique powers because the speedster was there, the strong person was there, the teleporter was there. So you don't feel an attempt to create original powers. They just copied other powers from other productions. Now, the performance, don't get me wrong, the performances are really, really good. I absolutely loved the main character. The ladies nailed it. They nailed all their characters because they actually put in weird positions. But still, that was not enough to make you feel that this was a unique product in itself, generally. The other thing that I did not like, there's a moment that they did something that made me think, well, is this a comic book movie or not? There's a place that they go to that it's the day, and you can clearly see that it's the day during the last episode. And then they open this gate and they go into it. And when they go into this particular place, it's all dark. You can actually see that they are proper houses. They're like proper homes. But when they went in, it did not look like an estate. It did not look like a town. But now when they go in, you see clearly that it's an estate. And it's all dark. The whole area is dark. It looks like it's at night. And yet, where they came from, after they opened that gate, it was clearly day. So I don't know, they didn't do a good job explaining what happened there. They didn't do a good job defining or explaining why that happened. Yeah, they go in and they go, what the hell is this place? But then you can clearly see that it's an ordinary street, it's an ordinary town. It's only that it's at night. So what made that change? So I thought that was poorly done. The other thing that the CGI is, but it serves what it's supposed to do. It's not the best, it's not perfect. You can actually see the budget constraints, but they tried to do the best with what they had. Taze, for me, was the best effect because he was able to disappear. He was the ghost, actually. That effect looked awesome. Michael, the guy who teleported, his effect was also good. The strength people they were okay. They were okay. But I wish they would have done something different with their superpowers. They would have explored other superpowers. But basically, if I was to give this, as I said before, out of 5, I would give this a 3. It's something that you can enjoy, but it's not that perfect. It's not like the greatest show that you've seen. In fact, if you've seen Misfits and you've seen the Clone Tryron, you'll have a difficult time with this show because it feels like a downgrade. Anyway, that's it. Remember to always watch what you enjoy and enjoy what you watch. I shall see you on the next one. For the people who watch my videos, for the people who love my videos, thanks for watching this and adios.